Welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're gonna go live just for a short time, right? It might be less than 45 minutes, right? So hopefully, I previously said just about like less than 12 hours ago, I said like BTC was looking strong on my previous live stream, and I said like if we break 50 to 50, I'm gonna not 50 to 50 but 54.50, I'm gonna go live, right? And then our target for before 8 p.m. Eastern time was to close about 52.50. You can go back and watch that live stream, right? I'm gonna just show you very second. Let me show you that live stream. So my previous live stream was just about like said like a Bitcoin breakout retest of 6,000. You can go back and watch that video. I'm gonna put a link of that video just underneath the comment section, right? So you guys can go back and watch it. A very detailed analysis about BTC, the hourly time frame, why BTC was about to break out to 54.50. So, but the current price of BTC as of today, 4:20 p.m. is just like 52.70 on Binance. It might be lower or higher on a Bitstamp, right? Because depending on the type of exchange you're using. So basically, when you take a look at BTC, we're getting closer to this weak area of most people are going to be attempting to short BTC just about this area. So it is a great time to be shorting BTC, to be honest, but I don't think most people will be shorting BTC. BTC is just going to drop normally, going to get like a normal retest, but it's not going to be a big sell-off, right? So, but this area is pretty weak for people to be taking profit. The best area to be taking profit is just 6K, man. 6K to 6.4, and we could be even go higher like than 6,000 and 6,400. But as soon as we get to that area, we're gonna make a total analysis of why BTC could be going lower or higher, right? So I'm just gonna save that for later, because most people are still calling for 2,500 BTC. When I told you guys we're going like 51 to 53, and after that I told you we're gonna go to 61. I told you that, like, as soon as we got that flag, I don't know if you guys been following me, but as soon as I said BTC is gonna make 3 type of flag. It's not gonna drop. One of these BTC is gonna make it, right? The first one was, this one is the most bullish flag. If like BTC made this flag, we wouldn't even like stay in this range for that long. It would extremely like make a very aggressive move to the upside, a 1-to-1 extension. This is going to be equal to that, right? But I said, like, if BTC makes this flag, right, a 30-degree angle, it's going to delay the process. We're going to get to 6K, but it's going to last longer. But if BTC makes this one, this flag right here, kind of like a leading diagonal, right, ending diagonal, right, it's gonna go up, but it's just going to be slower. I mean, I can show you the video, right? Let me show you if I can go back to my live stream. That was exactly that was exactly the thumbnail, right? That was exactly the thumbnail. I said I'm not gonna make any any prediction until BTC makes a flag, right? Go to videos, right? Oops, I'm live. Okay. You can go and check this one, 2x, right? The reason why I said 2x was from 3K, right? From 3K to 6K is 2x. So people are not paying attention, right? That was 6 days ago. That was on the 4/3, right? So I've been hitting on my target. I'm not trying to brag about all my target, because I can be wrong one time, and then BTC is gonna go to 0. So, but BTC is not gonna go to 0. But I said like 2x from 3K. I mean 3,100 to 64 is more than 2K, right? And I say BTC gonna move, after we make this type of flag, is gonna move, easily like up to 6K. So that was 6 days ago, man. People were still calling about 2.5K. You can also go watch this video about 2x. I mean 10x, not 2x. Altcoin 10x. Go ahead and watch that video. Most altcoin gonna 10x in this spring, man. Once BTC hits 6K. So, and it is a good sign, it is a good sign altcoin are down right now. I like the fact that altcoin are down when BTC is going up, because you gotta think about it. I keep saying it. Once BTC make a flag, right, depending what type of flag BTC makes, right, altcoin gonna go crazy, right? You just hoping that BTC gonna be moving sideways, and it will. I'm pretty confident it will be moving sideways once it gets to 3K. And altcoin gonna be 5x and 6x, 10xing, man. Especially those low altcoin, those lower volume altcoin, right? They're gonna at least 5x this spring. So keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. So, how many people watching? How many thumbs up? I'm pretty confident. Excuse me. What's up, Drew? If BTC goes to 6K, will XRP drop versus BTC? Of course, XRP is currently dropping versus BTC. It's a good thing, guys. It is a good thing. So just hold tight. What's up, Sharma? Hey guys, how many thumbs up? 4 thumbs up, 11 watching. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. I told you guys we're gonna hit a 6K. Told you we're gonna hit 6K, guys. We're gonna hit 6K. So I just wanted to give you a quick review about what I talked about last night, because I know it was pretty late and most of you guys probably didn't watch that video. But make sure to go and watch that video. BTC to you only need to watch the first 5 minutes. That's all you need. I mean, the rest is about like altcoin. I mean, you know, and why altcoin gonna be going down. I mean, you don't have to watch it, but it's very detailed, like analysis. I said like most altcoin going to get wrecked, and the most important date, right, in crypto right now is April 1st. That's the most important date, right? Everything else before April 1st, you can forget about it. You can forget about this whole wreck regarding altcoin, not BTC, right? You can forget about this whole pattern, right? Forget about it. Just for altcoin, just focus on the 1st of April, 31st and onward. That's the only thing you need to focus on about, right? BTC got the crossover, right? So focus on this area. Forget about for altcoin, forget about this area. You don't need no pattern, right? Because altcoin made like a very special pattern, right? Let me show you Stratis, because I talked about Stratis. Stratis was about to break out, but I say like if Stratis doesn't close above 25.50, it's gonna break down. But take a look at Stratis. Take a look at Stratis, guys. Take a look at Stratis. Take a look at Stratis, right? Last night when I was live, I said, right? Most of you are pretty new to the content, so let me just give you a quick reminder, right? Not a reminder, but quicker review. So I said on the 1st, look at Stratis was trying to break out, right? And as soon as BTC started to break out, Stratis break to the downside, just like the rest of the crypto, right? Some of them, they attempted to go with BTC, like I think like Neo attempted to get to this area, but finally break down. But take a look at Stratis. Stratis pushed to the downside, right? Move sideways correction and get back to this area, right? Like 10 days later, right? But couldn't break out. I said like if Stratis doesn't break 25 on Binance, right? 25.50, right? Yeah, 25.50, which is just about 2,500, right? 25,000, right? It's gonna break to the downside, right? 25,000 sats. But Binance just give you like the last four decimals, right? So I just read the last 4 decimals. So if we cannot break above 2,500, we're gonna come back and retest this area. But take a look at it, man. We came back and exactly retest it because BTC is moving back to the upside. So that's why you need to pay clear attention about this pattern, just about this area, man, to make life easy for you guys. Just pay attention to this area. Only Litecoin, you know, let's say Bitcoin SV, EOS, right? I think ADA also attempted to break out with BTC. Only like few coins like attempted to break out with BTC, and they're gonna break down versus BTC eventually, right? Because BTC, let's say it's heading to 9.5K, right? BTC is heading to 9.5K, guys. So that's the first time you heard that. Nobody haven't told you like we're going to 9.5, right? So, but I'm gonna keep that analysis once we get to a you know 6K, right? I'm gonna tell you why we're going to a 9.5K. It's too soon to talk about 9.5K. It's gonna confuse you guys. So it's not a financial advice, but when BTC was 3,800, I told you guys we're going to 56, man, 53, and then once we hit 53, I told you we're gonna go 54, and then we're gonna hit 56. Now I'm telling you 9.5, because you know the volume is looking good, and the fib retracement for BTC, most people are just, let's go back to BTC USD tether, guys. People are not paying attention, man. They're still waiting for 2500 BTC. Let's say you're waiting for 2500 BTC, right? BTC is at 3K, guys, and then you're still waiting for BTC to hit 2500. BTC went up to 6K, you're still waiting for BTC to go back to 2500. It doesn't make any sense, man. I mean, I know 3K to 2500 is like 20%, but guys, most of us not buying whole unit of BTC. Most of us, right? I'm pretty sure that most of us watching, we buy like, you know, at the most 0.1 BTC, like something like that on weekly basis. But I'm just speculating. I know some of you guys buy like whole unit, but the majority of us not buying like a, you know, whole unit of BTC. So most of those people, they missed out like from a 3K to 6K almost, right? And then they still calling for 2500. Now all of them, they're going to be buying as soon as BTC hit 6K. The odds are going to be extremely overbought, and then all of a sudden we're going to see a drop. They're going to be panicking and keep calling 2500. But let's take a look at the fib retracement, right? Guys, the live stream is not going to be long today. Sorry, but I'm just going to have to keep it short. I might be going live in 12 hours. Most of you guys are going to be sleeping, depending on your time zone. So you take a look at the fib retracement, right, on Binance, right? You see, when I was taking a look at this fib retracement, nobody was talking about it. Everybody was looking at this one right here. They say, oh, BTC is back to, you know, 0.618. BTC is not back to 0.618. That wasn't 0.618, right? Because you're looking at the sideways correction before the dump, like the first week of November. That's what most people were looking at on Binance, right? Because people are not paying attention to details. But you have to pay attention to this tether FUD, right? Even though like it was just a FUD, but since you're trading versus tether, you have to respect it, right? You cannot just like ignore it. So you have to respect it. Even if you don't like tether, you have to respect it. So the swing high to swing low was like, let's see, 7600, right, to like 3122, in that range, right? So if you take into account this previous high, just about this area, it is, you know, the next target is just 6000. Let's say 59 to 61. It doesn't have to be accurate. The market is too volatile to be trying to be like hit 6K on the dot. You just want to get in this, within this range, like let's say 5% within this range. It doesn't have to hit 6K on the dot. Let's say, you know, 3.5 to 5%, you know, with error, right? Because the market is too volatile. So that's the next target, 6K, you know, 0.618, right? And if you take a look at the bigger picture, right? Let's say you want to take a look at the bigger picture. Why would you like even like, you know, say BTC gonna retrace like a 0.618? Just take the whole fib retracement. I know it's too soon to talk about that, right? This entire move, that was a downtrend, you know. That November 1st wasn't a downtrend. It was just a price was making lower, you know, lower high. That was it, right? So if you take a look at this entire move, right? The 0.618 is almost like 14K, right? But let's say we're going to go back like 50% retracement, right? 50% retracement, right? So first target going to be 382. Next target, you know, 50%, right? Which is going to be like almost 12K, right? So, and then you got to think about it. This Fibonacci pullback is exactly at some fib levels, right? Of course, it's exactly at fib levels, but it's exactly at some previous high. This 382 is exactly at a May high, right? Remember May high, the first week of May after we got the downtrend, right? That was exactly at 382. You take a look at 50% pullback, which was like almost 11.5, right? 11.5, right? After BTC dropped the first week of February 2018, and then we push back. That's 50% pullback, you know, from this entire move. It's not a coincidence, guys. It's not a coincidence. And then you take a look at the 0.786, which is 16K, is exactly at 0.786, right? Which is 16.5K, is exactly, you know, at a area of resistance. So it is not a coincidence, guys. So you got to pay attention to these details. Most people are not talking about it. They're telling you BTC is going to 6K. I mean, not 6K, 2.5K. So Let's see. ¿Qué pasa, mi amigo? Hey, ¿qué pasa? Dump? No dump, man. Who's gonna dump? I don't see no dump, man. I said it, man. I said it, you know, on the 22nd of February, guys. That was the 22nd of February. That was like almost like 60 days ago, guys. Not 60 days, 50 days, right? Because today is the 10th, right? So yeah, almost 50 days. It doesn't matter. But you know, almost 2 months ago, right? When I say BTC gonna make a inverse head and shoulder, right? Right? BTC was just about 3,800. I say it's gonna drop, get a support from, you know, 50 EMA, move sideways, 5-7 days, push to the upside, you know, get a delay, get back to area of neckline, and one-to-one extension. That's exactly what we did, guys. That's exactly what we did, right? And most people are gonna tell you deja vu. I told you BTC gonna make it. Nobody knew like it's gonna make it. I'm not saying I'm the only one who knew it, but you know, because people are not paying attention to details. They're not paying attention to details, guys. Even if, like we say, we're gonna drop, that drop is not gonna go to 2,500 anytime soon. Not in 2019. I don't see it. I don't see BTC going to $1,000 in 2019. But we have a pattern to go to even $1,000, right? I'm gonna show you that pattern to go to $1,000, right? I'm gonna show you that pattern to go to $1,000. So you see this inverse head and shoulder, not inverse, but you get this. You see this inverse, not an inverse, but this head and shoulder, right? Most people are not paying attention, guys. Most people are not paying attention. That's inverse head and shoulder. That's a one-to-one extension, right? Take a one-to-one extension to the downside, right? Take one-to-one extension to the downside. You're almost at, you know, 3K, right? Exactly at 3K, guys. Exactly. But most people weren't paying attention. They were just paying attention to this triangle, just about this area. It's not a coincidence, right? But I'm gonna show you how BTC can get to a 1K. So the only reason BTC can get to 1K, we're gonna have to make another inverse head and shoulder. This one right here, and then push to the upside, just like that. Come back down, push, and get that one-to-one extension, just about this area, right? And now, if BTC makes this a move, we could be going to like even $800, guys. $800, right? It's not gonna, the drop is not gonna be vertical. It has to be a pattern. And even if let's say we get to 6K, come back down to 3K, we're gonna get another pullback, like at least a 50% pullback. So we're gonna get this pullback, at least going back to 5K. So it's gonna take forever. It's gonna take forever, right? BTC is not gonna make a flat correction down to like a 1K. So we could be on the bear market for the next like let's say 18 to 24 months. If we let's say we're gonna go to $900, so which is, I mean, it's gonna be a nice price, but the bear market just gonna last longer, right? So, but BTC is not going to 1K in 2019. So, but we just have to hit 6K, 6,500, and then we're gonna reassess our judgment. Because nobody is talking about this pattern going to 1K, right? You haven't seen this pattern, so that's the first time you've seen this. So keep that in mind. If you're new to the content, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and let me know what you think down below. If you have any other pattern about BTC going to a 1K, let me know. I might consider it, right? But I don't see a sell-off straight, because most people are just telling you 1K, 1,300. I mean, but they're not showing you any pattern. They just say, oh, I haven't even talked about anything about like 2015, right? 2015 pattern. You haven't heard me talk about 2015 pattern. I'm just going by these patterns, right? I'm just using the same pattern we just got in here, right? BTC is making the same exact move all over, I mean, over and over again, right? You don't need to go back to 2015. 2018 alone is, I mean, is enough, right? So why people are just focusing on 2015? Why not, excuse me, why not 2014, right? Why not BTC is not repeating the pattern of 2014? Why not, right? So, but it is pretty interesting. We're getting a rejection from, now we're at 52.16. It is getting very interesting, right? Let's go to the lower time frame. Big red candle. I mean, we're gonna get some red candle. How many red candles we got in this area, right? How many red candles? It's not a, people are gonna be taking profit, man. We hit our target of 54.50. I told you guys next target was 54.50. What was the high today? Like 52.22. Pretty close, not even 1%, right? But look at this candle right here. So this candle was a big rejection. You know, we moved. You know, we finally moved to the upside. We just have to close above 52.50, right? That's what I said on my previous you know, live stream. We have to close above 52.50. So, but that move to 54.50 was unexpected. So let's go take a look at the hourly time frame. Big red candle. That's what you're talking about, guys. Look at the support we got from this 50 EMA. If they wanted to drop the price, guys, they're gonna drop it 500 points in like 30 minutes. So, but dropping like 200 points in an hour, it's because we got 20 minutes left, you know, on this hour, right? So they're gonna try to win this battle, right? This last hour. But let's see how BTC is gonna be able to handle this pressure. Yeah, we broke this area of a neckline. I told you guys this pattern is the same pattern, right? It's the same pattern of the neckline of the right shoulder on the daily time frame. BTC false breakout. It could be. You say dump, right? Okay, good. But guys, how many dump we got in here in this area? How many dump, right? Count it. Tell me how many dump do we have in this area, right? How many dump? What happened? We got a support from 50 EMA, right? Support from 50 EMA. Support from 50 EMA. Right? Double support from 50 EMA. Another support. Look at this rejection, guys. BTC is pretty strong. Let's take a look at the RSI. The RSI will tell you if we are weak or not. I'm not worried about like a 200 point dumps. I don't have any BTC, first of all, because I'm getting wrecked on my alt. But I knew we are gonna get wrecked, so it's not like I said it on my previous live stream. I said like altcoin gonna get wrecked, so I don't want to talk about altcoin in this live stream. Let's just focus on BTC. Maybe like we're gonna talk about XRP if you guys want to talk about XRP. Hey, what's up, Corey? Weekly 200 EMA broken. Weekly EMA broken. This has to go to, I mean, it has to be a mega bullish, right? It has to. But you take a look at the hourly time frame. When I was talking about this breakout, the RSI was just about like 61, guys. It was like not even 50, 61, it was 50, like 54 in that range. So excuse me. So that's when I said like BTC, the RSI is too bullish, right? And this pattern. So let me know if you guys remember that. Put it on the live stream if you say you remember that, right? Because most of you guys are pretty new and you guys are gonna think like I'm just telling you some stories. But you take a look at this pattern on a 2-hour time frame or the hourly. It even look better on a 2-hour time frame. This pattern just about this area, right? It's the same exact pattern, this area, right? It's the same exact pattern, right? Same exact pattern, right? Same exact pattern, right? So you go to the daily time frame, right? I know you guys like gonna be tired of hearing me say like right. But it is the same exact pattern again, guys. So you're making the same pattern over and over again, right? You go back to this area, the left shoulder, same pattern, right? Same pattern. We got a dump. Even the head is the same pattern. So BTC is just making the same pattern over and over and over again. So I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about or not. So basically we make the same pattern again. We got a dump. That's what that guy is talking about on the hourly time frame. So the reason is because you made the same pattern again, so you got to get a dump. So you got the same pattern again, so you're gonna get a dump. So look at this pattern right here. And guys, we haven't even talked about anything about Elliott waves or anything, right? just pattern, right? This pattern right here, right? What happened? Excuse me. What happened when we get to the area of resistance again? We got a dump, right? So this pattern right here, this one was kind of special because we broke the area of resistance, right? We did broke it unexpectedly, right? And then push to the upside, we got a dump. So BTC just has to move sideways for the next couple of hours, right? It has to move sideways now because I don't think we're gonna get back to 54.50 anytime soon, right? I'm talking about in terms of hour, right? So we have to move sideways, right? We have to move sideways. A possible fake out again, just like that, you know. Push to the upside, move sideways, get back to that area, get another dump. It is going to repeat this pattern until we get to 6K, guys. It's not a coincidence. It is not a coincidence. And I like this dump, right? I would love to see the, you know, the hourly candle like to close above like just about 52.50. It is going to make the RSI even look better, right? Because the RSI is already back to 55, right? It is already back to 55, right? So it is already back to 55, and then we already got a chance. We already retested a 54.50. So if the RSI stay at this stage, just about this area, right? Remember, like if price like stay at 52.50, RSI gonna close just about this area, right? But if price get back to 54.50, RSI gonna get back to that area. So let's say we close above 52.50, right? RSI gonna stay in this range. So we're gonna get like more momentum to get back to that area. So that's it. So let's just hope we close above 52.50 before 5 p.m. Eastern time. Sometimes you want to see these dumps. So most people don't understand what's going on. So most people don't know. Look at the rejection. Look at the rejection we got, guys. Look at the rejection. Let's go to the lower time frame. Somebody was just calling for a dump. So look at the rejection. It even looks better on the 15 minutes chart. So let's just hope like we can be moving sideways. You know, we don't need to go back to 54.50 now. We just have to move sideways. So you know, we're gonna get better strength on our side. Because let's say we move sideways, right? Let's say we moving sideways. Our side most likely going to be keep dropping, guys. Now we're going to be moving this kind of sideways, and then our side going to be dropping fast, very fast, and then all of a sudden we're going to be oversold on the R side. So, and then we're going to get a slight divergence, right? You know, and then price going to move back to the upside. So this dump is even healthy for BTC. So because we were extremely overbought on the 15 minutes, so of course we're going to get a dump. XRP, teasers, 22 to, okay, it's 10 p.m. where you at, right? All right, folks, so you're waiting for a dump. Make sure to short BTC, all right? Make sure to short it. You're gonna make a lot of money shorting BTC. I don't short BTC. What's up, Links? All right, guys, how many thumbs up? How many thumbs up, guys? 25 watching. Ethereum is down 4% in the last hour. Ethereum is getting wrecked. So I said it, guys. Most of these alt, they're gonna get wrecked. It's not good for Ethereum. I said it last night, guys. I said it. The most important time to look at for altcoin is the daily time frame. So let's take a look at Ethereum very quick, guys. It's getting wrecked. BTC. Binance. All right, you take a look at Ethereum. That's a pattern I was telling you guys, right? Let me just get a clean chart. I talked about it last night. I said the first, right? Just about this area. Ethereum was pretty new, like BTC was about to push to the upside. Look at Ethereum start dropping like just about the 30th, not even like the 31st or the first, right? The 30th Ethereum started to drop, right? And then on the second, Ethereum couldn't handle the pressure, dropped to the downside, right? Just like Stratis, right? Drop to the downside, came back down to the same area of the 31st, right? Couldn't handle the pressure, neither a push to the downside. So most alt, like only like a nano, get back to this area and get a 20% move to the upside. let's see, Tron also, you know, dropped to the downside, came back down like to 500 sats, and then pushed back to the upside, but couldn't push to the, couldn't break this area on the 31st. All altcoins are making the same move. So they're making, starting on the first, right? All of them are making the same pattern, right? Some of them, let me show you another pattern, right? Starting from the 31st. Starting on the 31st, right? Some of them, they make this move, right? Let's say this is 31st, right, guys? It's an ugly 3. It looked like 2. Let me draw it properly, right? The 31st, right? BTC was going up, alt dropped down, right? Some of the alt, they made a flag and then push into the downside. A good example is WANCHAIN. WANCHAIN. It is making that 1-to-1 extension, right? I talked about WANCHAIN, if you guys remember. You have to go back and watch that live stream. And some of the alt, right? On the 31st, right? Some of them, they drop to the downside. They make a flag. You think like they're going to drop. They push back to the upside, right? Just like Stratis, right? But they couldn't break this area. I talked about Stratis last night, and I say Stratis needs to close about 25.50 before end of the day. Otherwise, it has to come back and retest this area. And that's what the Stratis is doing exactly, right? I just showed you Stratis earlier. So some of the alt, right? They drop to the downside. They push back to the upside like Nano, and then they forced through, right? And then they made a 20, like almost 15% move to the upside, right? But Nano is cooling down. So let's say if Nano gonna be able to get some support, most likely not from this area, because BTC is pretty bullish. And if BTC decides to go bearish, Nano gonna have to come back this area also. So, but some of the alt like Litecoin, they went up with BTC starting on the 31st. They were going even stronger than BTC, right? Even stronger than BTC. But at some point they're gonna have to pull back, because BTC, they cannot compete with versus BTC. You just have to understand that, right? All of them, right? All of them, maybe except XRP. All right, so let's go back to Ethereum is getting wrecked, but it's not bad. It hasn't retested this area, like Stratis already coming back down to this area, so it's not bad. I'm gonna show you another one like PPT, BTC. Look at PPT, like I was telling you, right? Look at what happened. This pattern right here, starting on the 31st, right? The first drop down, make a flag, another 1-to-1 extension drop. Maybe it's about time for this altcoin to exact at 0.618. But when you take a look at in terms of when you visualize it, it looks like a 1-to-1, but it's a 0.618 extension. So, but the most I can see PPT drop is another 1-to-1 extension just about this area. So, which is another 10% versus BTC. And if that's the case, it means like BTC has to go even stronger, right? BTC has to go even higher. So, but if let's say Populous wants to go up, that means like a BTC gonna have to make a flag at 5400, and then all these alt are gonna get back to this area, all of them, no exception, right? Gonna get back to this area of 31st, and then they're gonna make a flag ready to break out, right? Most likely, hopefully they're gonna break out with BTC to 6K. So it is all about pattern, guys. It's all about pattern. I haven't even talked about any Elliott wave, no ABC correction, none of that. In all my videos, most of my video, I don't talk about Elliott wave. It's just pattern. The market is too bullish, man, for some to spend time like counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is too bullish. Just look for your pattern, because the crypto market is one basket. I keep saying it. Let's go back to BTC, man. Even something interesting might be happening on the lower time frame. And then let's take a look at the RSI. Now we're gonna get some divergence, right? Now we're gonna get some divergence. Let's say BTC closes below 5450. We're definitely gonna get some divergence, right? Because that big wick to the upside at 5450 it is good, but it's gonna mess up the pattern. Because I would love to see BTC close. Because let's say BTC closes above 5250 the year. You have to remember the RSI is calculating past performance, right? That's what the RSI is calculating, not the future performance, right? Because if BTC closes above 5250, RSI is gonna close just about this area, right? Of 89. So you're not gonna get any divergence. You're gonna get high highs, right? you're gonna get higher highs on the R side, and on the price also you're gonna get some higher highs, right? So it's not gonna be any divergence. But if BTC closes below 52.50, we're gonna get some divergence, because most people are gonna be looking at this high at 54.50. So you gotta, it has to make sense, guys. Let me just repeat myself. Okay, let's say BTC closes above 52.50. R side gonna push back up, because remember, a couple hours ago the R side was just about this area, right? So if that's a daily time frame. So if BTC closes above 52.50, R side gonna be making some higher highs, just like the price. So, but if BTC closes below 52.50, right, the price performance, right, is constant. No, I don't know how to explain it, but the price performance, you don't delete it out of the chart. But the R side past performance, right, you delete it out of the chart, like, because the R side only take into account the closing price. It doesn't take into account, like, the most recent price. It just take into account the closing price. So if a BTC closes below 52.50, the price still going to be making high highs, but the R side going to be making, right, some lower high, so just like that. So now we're going to start to get some divergence. So it's going to be very, very interesting, very, very interesting, right? So, and then the only way R side can make some high highs is like BTC going to be extremely volatile for R side to get back to this area and make some higher than the price action, which is going to be very difficult for BTC to do, right? So it has to make sense, guys. It has to make sense, guys. How many thumbs up, guys? How many thumbs up? 30 watching. How many thumbs up? Let me see how many thumbs up. Let me know how many thumbs up, guys, so I won't be wasting your time. Give me just 1 second, guys. 29 watching, 29 thumbs up. Okay, now you want to, 16 thumbs up, guys. Come on, let's get 29 watching, 30 thumbs up, guys. 29 watching, 30 thumbs up, guys. You're watching for free, man. When you go to the movies, you pay like 15 I don't even know, I think $12-13 to watch a movie, but you're watching a BTC live action for free. So all right, guys. You're welcome, T-Shanat. So all right, so you take a look at let's go back to the lower time frame, guys. I might be going back live in 12 hours, so if you're up, you can join the live stream. You can go and join the live stream. Let's just remove everything, get a clean chart, guys. Guys, the only thing we talk about is RSI and pattern. You never see, have you seen me talk about MACD? We can take a look at the MACD. Let's take a look at the MACD. I know most of you guys know how to read MACD, right? But if you get your pattern right, you understand volume, RSI, pattern, your moving averages, depending which one you're comfortable with. Let's see, MACD. I don't even know how to spell MACD anymore. MACD. Okay. Whoa, MACD. Look at the MACD, man. Looking beautiful. So looking beautiful. MACD and RSI is the same thing. So most likely the MACD gonna come back, get a support from this red line, orange line. A fake out, another push to the upside. So don't get a. When I first started reading MACD, I used to get intimidated, right? I used to be intimidated about the MACD, because when the MACD is extremely overextended, you be like, man, it has to come back down. Don't be overextended, because what happened is once MACD get to a certain level, the whole structure of the MACD will be reproportional, right? What I mean by that, let's take a look at it. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm gonna explain it another time. But when the MACD is overly extended, right? So I'm just gonna explain it next time, because it's gonna be very confusing. But the MACD is pretty bullish, right? We're most likely gonna come back down, just like that, right? Just like that. At some point we're gonna have to come back down. You know, a pullback wouldn't hurt, but it is extremely bullish, right? Look at the MACD. We get a crossover. How many crossover we got? Just about this area, and price is still moving to the upside, right? So that's why I don't like to take a look at the MACD, because if you're new to the crypto space, right? Let's say you get a crossover, because most YouTubers, they're gonna show you, oh, you sell when you see a crossover, right? Yes, you're gonna sell just about this area, right? You're gonna sell, right? You're gonna sell because that's what they're teaching. That's what they're teaching you, right? You sell when you see a crossover, right? You're gonna sell, and then you're gonna miss this opportunity, and then you know you're gonna get back in, right? You're gonna buy back in this area. It's too much noise, right? And then you're gonna sell here. You're gonna buy back here. Stuff like this. It's too much noise, man. It's too much noise. But if you understand what's going on, you don't even pay attention to MACD. I mean, unless you want to take a look at like the higher time frame, like look at the MACD, guys. The MACD on the daily time frame looking beautiful, man. Beautiful, right? So let's say, you know, they taught you like you have to sell when you see a crossover. You would be missing this whole opportunity because you're going to be waiting for the MACD to get back to this area, right? And then do this move. It's not going to do that, but this is pretty bullish, man. So let's go back to the price action and the RSI. I don't like talking about MACD. Not that indicator, not that. All right. Okay, also the stochastic. Most people like to talk about the stochastic. Is very confusing also. So I like to stay with my RSI. I'm very comfortable with it. The current RSI is only 84. It's not even high. It is pretty good, right? So RSI is only 84. So I mean Sen, sorry. Okay, I didn't even know what you say, Santos. Zen, okay. XRP. You guys want to talk about XRP? Let's look at it, man. We're back to 52.60. That guy was calling for the dump on the hourly time frame. So you gotta be careful, guys. You gotta be careful. It's gonna be moving sideways. We're not gonna jump back. We're not going to jump back to that area that quick. So the dump was pretty big on the hourly time frame, but big support. We could even like come back down, retest the 50 MA here, how strong it is. So you guys want to talk about XRP before I call it a day? Let me know underneath the comment section. Okay, let's take a look at the daily time frame again. Let me show you what I talked about last time, right? What I talked about last time before the breakout, right, guys? I told you like that was like around 3 a.m. In the morning. This bullish candle was almost like let me just show you because most of you guys didn't watch that video. So let me make it red. It is pretty interesting. I'm just going to show you very quick what I talked about and how I knew BTC gonna break out, right? So that's what we got, right? Think of it like this way. Right, this bearish candle is this candle right here, right? I just drew in here, right? Just about like 12 a.m. right? It doesn't have to be accurate. Just about 12 a.m. right? We got this candle. It was bullish, right? I'm gonna show you. Most people are not paying attention to these details, right? And then BTC was looking like this, right? It was looking like this. Beautiful, man. It was very beautiful. Let me do this, right? It was very beautiful, right? This is not red, but it's green, right? So BTC was looking like this, right? Look at that. And I said we only got like 4 hours, like less than 8 hours into the day, and then this engulfing candle is almost like 90% of the bearish candle, right? If only 90% of this bearish candle, I said it. You can go back on my previous live stream, and I said like, and then this body candle is like 24 hours body candle. This body candle is only you know, like less than 8 hours, right? Because the daily, it was like before 4 p.m. not 4 p.m. but 4 a.m. right? Last night. So I said like BTC most likely, right, gonna break out, and then if not, we have to close we just need to close above this area of a 5250. That's what I say. Like, let's say BTC closes above 5250, we're gonna get a very volatile Wednesday and Thursday, right? Today is Wednesday, I think, right? I think today is Wednesday. But we're gonna get a very volatile midweek. That's what I exactly said. And look at what we're getting right now. We're most likely gonna close above this 5250. That's my target. But let's say we close above like 53, which is the previous let's say 53.05, which is the previous high. It's also good, right? But 5250 is the only target because that's the most bearish candle, as you know, that's the most recent bearish candle we've seen. So I don't know if you guys if it makes sense or not. So pay clear attention to volume also. Let me show you what I talked about the volume, because that time we got the volume was like, I think 9k, something like that, 9,000. Let's see, 9,000 trading volume that time. Let's get the volume in, guys. Details is very important. When you're looking for a job, right? What do you say? You know, I pay attention to details. I'm a great team player. You know, a great learner. So you gotta pay attention to these details, right? That's what most of us put out on our resume, right? So pay attention to this detail. When I was talking about the volume was only 9, like was like 10, less than 10k, right? Look at now, the volume is like 36,000, right? And then it was very low volume, less than 10,000. I can't remember. I cannot go back and but I should have taken a screenshot. But the volume was less than 10k. Now it's like 36. The previous volume was 34. I said like BTC gonna get a higher. BTC gonna get a higher, you know, higher volume before end of the day, right? Because this volume was 36. I say we need to get like a volume of at least 34, right, to beat this previous bearish candle. So it is pretty important, guys. It is pretty important. So I'm about to call it a day, guys. If you don't have any we wouldn't need a job. Yeah, you're right. If BTC goes to 500, do I have cinnamon in my coffee? No, I don't. I'm actually drinking a coffee right now. So I don't put cinnamon in my coffee. I like hazelnut coffee though. I like hazelnut coffee because my creamer is hazelnut. So I don't know why you're asking, Corey. The greatest digital asset ever created, XRP, please. Say your pick for the Masters. Guys, I really don't watch golf. But I mean, the area I live, that's where we playing the golf. I live in Augusta, Georgia, so you know, I stay like, you know, like 5 minutes from the Masters. So, but I'm not really into golf, to be honest. But I should. I have a lot of friends. They going to watch the Masters, but maybe this year I might go like on Sunday or Saturday. Check it out. Why is the market dumping? Where is the market dumping? Who's dumping? Do you mean altcoin or the whole market? I'm going to talk about XRP because I gotta get going for a second. XRP, BTC, right? Or you guys want XRP USD Ethereum? Which one, guys? Let me know. Because digital asset investor die, XRP, BTC. Okay. All right, guys. Let's take a look at XRP. Let's get a clean chart, guys. I'm gonna give you a clean chart. I like to refresh your mind, right? So you see, if you're consistent, yeah, you don't have to be worried about what you talked about last time. You just have to be consistent. You know, stay with your methodology. Because most people, they're gonna tell you BTC gonna drop 2,500 today. BTC like move up 30%. They'll be like, oops, or a bull run. But because they're not consistent, and then when BTC like start to drop again, they forgot about what they were talking about. But if you're consistent, right, and be honest with yourself, if you're wrong, I mean, it's not about being wrong. If like price misleads you, you'll be like, oops, price misled me. It's not about being wrong. Like it's not about being wrong or right, because most of us are not buying like 10 BTC, 20 BTCs, right? We're just buying like on weekly basis. So you take a look at XRP, right? I'm gonna take a look at XRP USD also. We got a double bottom, volume is decreasing, price is staying constant. That's a great sign, guys. Volume is decreasing, selling pressure is decreasing, right? So that's our target now. You see this area of resistance, right? We have to break it again with this volume, just about on Binance, like I think like 195 million, right, on Binance, right? This area, this volume right here, 195 million trading volume. We have to break it just about this areas, and then it has to be bigger than this volume. I would love to see like a 200 million, right, trading volume at least, right? But it's going to be nearly impossible to get 200. So over 200, I mean, so not 200, but over 200. But the volume is decreasing, price is remaining flat, selling pressure is decreasing. RSI divergence on the daily time frame, a beautiful divergence, man, beautiful. Okay, nice divergence. Look at this divergence, man, beautiful. Just about this area, a nice V shape, guys. A push to the upside, come back straight down, push to the upside, come back straight down. Got it. So, but the RSI is stronger than the price right now because RSI is not making a double bottom. Okay, like let's say we make a double bottom, we're only gonna get down to 6,000, which is not bad. It's just gonna give us more strength to go back to the upside. So if you wanna see XRP at $3, man, you shouldn't be worrying about like XRP going to 28 cents. That's what I'm trying to say basically. It's not a big deal. You just buy if you believe it's not a financial advice. But let's say you believe XRP gonna go to $3, right? Not 3K, right? I hope I didn't say 3K. Let's say you say XRP gonna go to 3K, not 3K, $3, right? So I wouldn't be worried XRP dropping 10%, 15%, because if you cannot deal with like 10% volatility in crypto, you shouldn't be in crypto, first of all, right? You have to be, if you want 10x, you gotta be able to handle 10% drop. Whether it is like versus BTC or versus USD Theta, you have to be able to handle it. It is not a financial advice, but you got to be able to handle up to like even like 15%, 20% drop. You got to be able to handle it, because it's been like over like 15 months we've been seeing like 15-20% drops, right? So the market is pretty bullish. A 10% drop is nothing. It's nothing, right? A nice divergence at least, right? I'm gonna update XRP tonight on my live stream, right? I'm gonna update XRP because I want to see like how this candle gonna close after 8 p.m. after 8 p.m. Eastern time, right? So I want to see some volatility. We got a reversal candle on Fibonacci on the daily time frame, but BTC is very strong, so XRP is very weak. That's the only reason. But that was a great sign of reversal. A great sign of reversal, man. So let's go take a look at the weekly time frame. Watch it drop at 0.5 in the same day. Oh, I'm worried that. Yes, I remember that day. It was a Friday, actually. I think it was Friday. I can remember 18th or something like that. But it was a Friday, just about like 2 p.m. Eastern time. You see, when you're familiar with a coin, you gotta know the history of that coin, right? Let's say I'm familiar with XRP. I remember that Friday when XRP was like, I think 80% up this day right here. It was a Friday. I might be wrong, but I think it was a Friday. Going like from 80 cents to 50 cents, right? And then go back up like to 63. So we tapped out like just about 63, right? And then came back down to 55 and then was, fluctuating in this range. So, but if you don't understand what's going on, you're going to be panicking from 80 cents to 50 cents. Look at, we get back up to like 75 cents almost after that. So, not 75, but 63, right? But that's versus BTC, but you know what I'm talking about, versus the dollar. Oh, one of your first day in crypto? Whoa. It was a Friday, you see? You corrected me. I didn't even look at the I only see the date in here, but so that's why I said like it is pretty important to be consistent. Even if you're wrong, stay consistent. When you stay consistent, you're gonna be profitable. Even like if your portfolio drop, you stay consistent and you say like, hey, I believe this pattern, right? I'm gonna put my stop loss, right? And then this pattern looks like this pattern, blah blah blah. You know, you're not gonna you know, you're gonna be wrong, man. Most of the time, most of us are wrong because we don't know where BTC is going. We're just looking at the pattern, and then most of our calls, you know, are lucky to be correct. But if somebody is telling you like I'm always right, you better not believe it. You better not listen to what it is saying. Because I'm not saying I'm always right. I'm just saying BTC is making the same pattern, so I'm just following the trend. You know, I'm very aggressive at recognizing pattern, so I trust those patterns. If they mislead me, I'm just gonna change direction. That's all. You don't have to be right. You just have to. I mean, of course, you want to be right, but you don't go in like, you know, this is gonna happen at 100%, right? That's what I mean, right? So look like RSI on the weekly, and then the price right now much higher, greater chart. I don't get what you're saying. Looks like RSI on the weekly and the price right now. Okay, yeah. You just got Sunny. You just got 2 more BTCs. Man, most of us don't have 2 BTCs. But good for you, Sunny. You lost 7K. Sorry, man. But I hope you won't listen to me when you lost your 7K, because it is not a financial advice, okay, guys? Be careful who you listen to. Just learn how to do this. It's not hard. It is just like, I'm not giving you any advice, but I'm just saying, if you don't know what you're doing, just buy weekly huddle. You know, if not, go to the stock market. I mean, that's safer. But if you cannot handle like 10-15% drop. I mean, you gotta remember, man, BTC went up to $1,100 and like dropped down like to almost like $200, like 150. So you gotta remember, right? And then I'm gonna show you something, right? Go check out Mark Demoiselle. I'll put his name, Mark Demoiselle, right? Go check him out. He has a video of like when BTC went up to like $1,000, right? I'll just have to show you that video very shortly, right? So Mark Demoiselle, BTC, Bitcoin $1,000. I think it's Bitcoin $1,000. Bitcoin $1,000 party. I think that's how you spell it, party. Right, go watch this video, guys. This video was like 5 years, I think like 6 or 5 years ago. It only has like 2,000 views, guys. Go and watch this video. I even commented on that video. That was like 2013, right? You need to go and watch that video, please. And then you're gonna understand what's going on. People are, you know, expecting $500,000 BTC. That was back in 2013, guys. This video was 2013, right? That was the same time I think you know, Da Vinci made that video also. So, you know, go watch that video. I put it on my, if you're new to the content, make sure you join my Telegram group. I put that video under the Telegram group. So the Telegram group is underneath the description. You can go and watch that. So make sure you go and watch that video, guys, as it is pretty interesting. Corey, I don't know when we'll XRP rally. We just focus on BTC. As soon as BTC cools down, we're gonna talk about XRP. But BTC is you know, is stealing the show right now. Sold your port for XRP. Man, the weekly chart for BTC looking beautiful, man. You see, big tail, no big tail, big wick, small body, right? On the weekly time frame, look at these engulfing candles, guys. Look at these engulfing candles. Look at this engulfing. You know, that's extremely bullish, man. Extremely bullish on the Heikin-Ashi. I've been telling you like the last 4 weeks. I told you guys, on the weekly time frame, BTC is moving on the weekly time frame. Look for big tail, big wick, small body. Even if we let's say we get a rejection, we're gonna retest these at 52 to 54. It's not even time to be panicking. And then I told you on Binance, we haven't got any rejection from the 50 EMA, right? On Binance on the weekly time frame. Because if you go on Bitstamp, let's go to Bitstamp. We got a rejection. I talked about it last week. most people look at on Bitstamp, like we got a rejection from 50 EMA like last week, and on Binance I told you we did not get to that 50 EMA. So it is pretty important to pay attention to these details, right? And also, since we're already on Bitstamp, let's talk about that fib retracement, that pullback on October, September. Let's get the real candles. Okay, on let's say on October 15, right? Let's just remove the volume. I gotta get going. Let's talk about this pullback, just about this area, October 15, the 31st. Look at what I told you our target was, right? I told you on 31st, right? BTC was already at the 0.618. On when you take a look at it from Bitstamp, right? BTC was at 0.618 like last week, and we got a rejection from you know, from the 50 EMA. But on Binance we did not get to that point. We didn't get to that 50% I mean 0.618 extent, I mean retracement, and then we didn't get to that you know, 50 EMA at the same time. I told you. So the next target on Bitstamp is just 0.786, which is just roughly like 6,000, right? And when you go on Binance, 9.5k, let's break 6k first, guys, and then we're going to talk about 9.5k because we're going to need a pullback before that, and then we're going to reassess how we're going to get to 9.5k. So but you go on Binance, right? You take a look at Binance, right? We haven't even got to that 50 EMA yet, right, on the weekly time frame. But remember, just a couple of seconds ago I just showed you, you can replay the chart, you can replay the video, right? On Bitstamp we got rejection from the 50 EMA, right? And then on Bitstamp we also at 0.618. So I said BTC on Binance, which is Binance has the highest volume, so you have to go by Binance. So if, like, let's say we want to pull back, we have to pull back on 0.618 from Binance, not from Bitstamp. Like back in the day, 3 years, 4 years ago, you would be looking at Bitstamp, but now you have to focus on Binance, right? I don't know if it makes sense or not. So alright guys, I gotta get going. So I think the live stream been like more than 45 minutes. I just wanted to talk about BTC very shortly. I'm gonna go live and then I'm gonna focus on BTC and altcoin in let's say in 12 hours. I gotta take a break, and then yeah, we're gonna talk about altcoin, right? Most likely altcoin gonna get wrecked. Let's see, LTC. I haven't even taken a look at LTC, BTC. 28 watching. How many likes, guys? LTC is doing well, guys. It's doing well versus BTC, at least on the weekly time frame, but on the daily time frame, it's not doing well. So like I said, LTC, we're gonna get a support from this 50 EMA. I think this drop is pretty good for LTC. We need to cool down, get a support from this area on the R side, and get a support from this area 50 EMA. Probably gonna get a nice squeeze from this 50 and 100 EMA, right? And another push to the upside. Market is pretty bullish, man. So, and it is a good time. BTC is going up and altcoin are going down. You gotta remember, whenever you see like BTC going up, altcoin going up, that's not, I mean, it is not a good sign, because if BTC drop, the whole market gonna drop together. But if BTC goes up and altcoin are going down, once BTC makes a flag, altcoin gonna be going up before the whole market drops. So you gotta keep that in mind also. You gotta keep that in mind. So like I told you, man, we got another, I said it like last week's, but right, we got 30 to 60 days. Now we probably got like 45 days in this bull market, right? So let's say just say 5 to 6 weeks left, right? Before we can reassess our judgment about how low we're gonna get. All right, I hope you guys got a plan for the sell-off. So otherwise, you know, most of us gonna be panicking and then you know, calling for manipulation and all of that, and when you guys supposed to be expecting a sell-off. So, and then all those people are gonna tell you we're going to 1K, and then you guys gonna believe that. I mean, you believe whoever you want to believe, but I try not to watch too many YouTubers, because as soon as you open up YouTubers, most of those thumbnails are like dump just to make you click and then get you panic. I only watch like few YouTubers, like let's say Intro to Crypto. Sometime I watch ZILLIQA. Who else? I think those are the only two YouTubers I watch, like Intro to Crypto and ZILLIQA. So other than that, I try to stay focused on my own pattern. Otherwise, if you see it play, I mean, even though you don't believe what they're saying, it's gonna play with your psychology. Let's say you have your own setup, and then you open up YouTube, and then you see like BTC dump. Somebody somewhere just transferred 50,000 BTC into the exchange. You're not gonna believe it, even if it's true. It's gonna play with your psychology, right? It's gonna play the way you're gonna play the market. You know, it's gonna play with your mind. So I try to stay away from those thumbnails and from those titles. So, because sometimes the title is totally different with the content. So, all right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day, man. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be live in 12 hours. It was nice. It was a nice live stream. Thank you for tuning in, and then we're gonna have another live stream we're gonna have live stream every 12 hours, right? Every 12 hours until the end of the month. So all right, thanks a lot, guys.